put another title on it. See? And Martin Luther King, his goal was to walk down the street one day with a white girl. We don't call that progress. No white woman watching this show, or no white man in his or her right mind. White his goal, black boys and black girls, American white sons and daughters. In return, in white woman watching this show, as white man in his or her right mind. Nobody else. I'll tell you something. Why not? For what? Every man likes a son who look like himself. I love my little boy, and my wife, pretty brown girl, look like me. I love my daughters. I don't want no blonde-headed, green-headed daughters.
Sure, everybody wants a child.
Looks like himself.
No, everyone wants a child that looks like the combination of himself and the woman he loves. Yeah. And therefore, if the combination comes out coffee, what's wrong with that?
No, I'll tell you what, the integrated couples don't make it. I can name them all week. They just don't make it, and the world's against it. If God's against it, it ain't because we hate each other. Bluebirds and redbirds are both birds, but they don't get along. Pigeons and eagles don't fly together. The buzzards, everything hangs out with its own. White people, culture's different from black people. Puerto Ricans and Indonesians cannot integrate. Egyptians and Germans cannot integrate. Australians and Mexicans cannot integrate. They have different foods. They have different music, different cultures. See, you white and I'm black. If white people have a party tonight and black people have a party, the party will be 100% different. The music, I go to a white restaurant. We integrate today, right? You go to a white restaurant, you got to look all day on the jukebox to find some music.
No. At our party, we'll have Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder. And
let me tell you, man, if I go play a jukebox in a white restaurant, give a black occasion, you got to look all over that box for some black music. Hank Snow, Johnny Cash,
Josh White.
All kind of names I ain't never heard of. You know, when that train comes around the mountain, when the train, and the trump died around there. So what I'm saying is, ain't nothing with that music, but that fits the white culture. You go in our joints, oh baby, don't leave. Oh, I cried all night. Who's that running out of my back door, honey? Oh, but see, those are our problems. Then I go to Chinese restaurant, clean, teen, tang, tong, tong, teen. So we can't integrate. We ain't gonna never have no peace. The culture, the nature's different. I don't hate you. We can eat in your restaurant. We want to marry women. We got your women now. It ain't nothing we can't do today. But these things the dog got. I see dogs on television eating out of the same plate with white people. I see dogs in the buses, and they do everything with the dogs. So I ain't getting nothing the dog ain't got. So really, ain't nothing in this immigration. I need some land. I need some jobs. My people need jobs. We need something so we can build and do for ourselves, and we must have some land. 40 million people. You know, there's a lot of Negroes just in New York, in Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, California. There's a lot of black. Whoa, that's a whole nation. 40 million, man. They don't tell you the truth about that. They want us to stop having babies. They give birth control. They're paying black women.
It's 40 million, not 20 million?
Yeah, they're paying black women not to have babies now. They got all kind of plans to stop our race.
Well,
so when we know
everyone's getting into birth
control. So now, a man with my knowledge, what can you tell a man like me now? What's your suggestion? That's your question. Okay, you talking to me, not a dumb Negro or pork chop eater, don't know the truth. I'm free now. I woke up. Now, what are you going to tell me now? I done gave you my solution. Some land of my own, doing something for myself like you, England, and America do. Now, I know you're not against the black man. I know you're not against me having my land, are you? I know you English to rule and slave forever for a long time. But do you still today don't want me to have my own country and build for myself and govern myself? Would you think that's bad if we thought like that? What's your solution to my problem? 1974, you all just, white man just flew from New York to England in an hour, less than 2 hours. You all so progressive. You're walking around on other planets. Now, today, I'm intelligent too now. What's your suggestion? What should be my movement? Integrate?
Yeah, equal rights in a mixed society.
In this society, where you still own the government, you still own the train station, the railroad plant, the electric plant, these television cameras, you still make all the food, you control everything, and I'm like a leech on a dog's back. All I can do is just wait for you. I can't do nothing for myself. Integrate in your society don't mean I'm doing nothing for myself. You doing it all. I want to do something for myself. I'm tired of depending on you. You might get broke one day. Your stores might close. Your gas pumps might cut off again. I'm relying on you now. Can I have my own land and country?
Well, you've got your own freedom here. For instance, I know you're luckier than many black people in America, but you're your own boss.
I'm speaking from the nation.
See, I know, I appreciate
that. If I was representing just me, I wouldn't be talking like this because I got it made. I'm talking for my brothers.
But I just don't see how, Mohammed. I don't see how you can slice up America into bits and get all the whites in one area and all the blacks in another.
Then we leave there. We leave.
But they'd miss you.
What is good, my people? We are live, back with another live stream. Yeah, come back in, Matt. Yeah, we back. And you know, we're gonna have one last conversation, you know, just to end everything, because you know, after this, you know, I'm done with all of this stuff, but it still has to be a learning experience and all of this, you know what I'm saying? And I do it to teach the people. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring white boy Matt on here. What's going on, Matt?
Not too much. Thanks for having me on.
Say that again.
I said thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's not gonna be a long show. You know, I don't know if you want to answer any questions, if anybody got questions, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to ask you a question or whatever. And then somebody told me something about jobs. Is that true?
Yeah, I was talking with someone, and you know, we're needing help where I'm working at, and you know, anybody's more than welcome to come fill out an application.
All right, yeah, and you know, we'll talk about that after, you know, because I just wanted to ask you, you know, just a couple quick questions because it's already late where I'm at, so you know, I'm not gonna be on here. What's going on, person kid? And you know, the link in the chat if you want to ask a question or whatever. But so you know, I've been kind of seeing you popping up like on everybody chat, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like you've been kind of watching everybody and like what they've been saying and doing.
Yeah, I've just been paying attention.
Paying attention to who? Like, who do you be watching?
Just anybody that was on the first channel that I was on your channel first. All the people that was there. I think MG2 was there because he had the earthquake that night, but I haven't heard anything out of him. But Hard Cold, because somebody said something about he wanted to he'd bring the white out in me, or I forget the comment that he made. So I just, like I said, I was just watching his channel. I watched Brother Bakari's channel, of course yours, and Guy. I went on his channel, I believe. But you know, I think Guy had it was just him talking. He wasn't letting people on there, but I was just watching what he had to say. I think his was about the whites and the blacks mixing. If I'm right, it was one of the videos
about whites and blacks mixing. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know I messed up my. All right, one of the videos with the white girl and the black guy, and I think that was Guy's channel. I forget whose channel it was.
Oh, okay, so like that, like, is that the only stuff you be watching on like YouTube?
Oh no, I'm more of a First Amendment audit. I watch that. I watch pranks. I watch the people going in and videoing and then trying to see what other people's reactions will be. Cops.
And not to cut you off, Matthew. So like, yeah, what was that about? Like the First Amendment thing? What can you explain what that is?
the First Amendment audit, the freedom of
Right.
speech,
Right.
having to be able to record and take pictures, whatever's in public, that the public eye can see, that you have the right to record it, just because that's how people express themselves, by videoing others. I reckon that's their First Amendment audit.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you kind of like do that?
No, I don't do that. I
Oh,
just, like I
okay.
say, I've thought about it before, but I mean, I
Right.
don't see the purpose in it. I mean, I know that those people have a purpose, and of course they have a passion with their purpose. So
Right.
that's how they express themselves.
Right. Right. And so like, who do you be like watching in particular? Like, if I wanted to like something that you watch to learn something, like who do you watch?
I don't have any set person that I subscribe to. Y'all are the first people that I have really subscribed to and actually joined up and actually been faithful to watching.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay.
In my little search bar, I'll type in First Amendment audits, and I'll scroll through and look and see. Like the Karens. Most people I like looking at Karen videos because they act stupid and act like they're entitled to something, and I like watching just people goof on folks.
Okay. So you said like you was watching the last thing you said was Guy. So like you disagree with what he was saying about like the interracial thing or like what Guy was talking about?
Well, the way he believes is he don't believe races should mix, and I myself I don't agree with it, because I think you should be equally yoked together. Because, like I say, red bird ain't gonna go in a bluebird's nest, and yeah, I was listening. I mean, it's just it causes confusion. I mean, you don't the only representation of animals mixing like that is dogs, and you call them mutts. You know,
Mm,
so I mean, I'm not sitting there and saying that they're not human beings and they don't deserve to be loved, because I have nieces and nephews that are mixed, and I love them.
right, right. So like would you see like if a white woman was with a black man, would you look kind of differently at her?
Yeah, because she didn't choose me. No,
But I mean
no,
that she
I
chose a
would
black
no.
woman.
Now, today I wouldn't. 10 years ago, yes, I would have.
Yeah, and yeah, my brother dog just came on, and I'm gonna bring you on the dog because I don't want to be too long because it's already late. I don't want to take up everybody's time like that. But so like yeah, so you don't feel like you just feel like white women should just be with like white men and stuff like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what
That's
you're saying. I'm just asking.
is my son, my two sons and my daughter. I'm not going to teach them to hate a different race, but I'm going to teach them that they need to stay in their own race when they choose to start finding someone to date and to marry. Yes, yes, I'm gonna teach them to stay within their race.
Okay, and would you like disown a white woman for that though? For
I
like
would
dating?
not.
You would
Like
not?
I
Oh,
said, 10 years ago I would have, because
right.
I did this on my sister, but I've made I've tied back up. I've went back and made things right with her.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so like, what did you learn from like listening to Guy?
That he puts out his point of view, and he's he's got a foundation that he's going to build on, and he's basically, he don't care what others think. He's going to pursue his goal. He has a purpose and a passion to go along with it. So he's gonna do what he's gonna do.
All right.
He's gonna stay on his train and on his tracks, and not worry about what I'm gonna do to get him off of his tracks. I see that he's got a goal in mind, and he's headed that way.
Right. Okay. And so like who else you listen to? You said yeah, what about Bakari when you listening to Bakari?
Brother Bakari is very wise. He's, in my eyes, I see that he is basically been in a lot of situations, and he's learned from them, and he's a very wise man. Now, looking at him, a prejudice look at him. He's an old man that don't look too uppity, because first time I seen him, he was in a t-shirt, but you know, he was trying to make me admit that Jesus was white, and you know, I'm thinking, who is this fella? But as far as talking with him and listening to him take
Hold on, what are you
control.
talking about?
What are you talking about?
He was like, I was saying about Bakari. You were saying something about something else.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah. What's up, Adal?
I just need clarification on uppity. From I just want to know what that means, because I know what it means to me, but I just wanted to know what it meant.
Well, I don't consider myself to be uppity. Just more or less low class type person. I mean, that's all I mean by it.
Hey, and so you watch like everybody stuff like every time we like go live, or just sometimes?
No, I don't do it every time. I've just, like I said, it's only been 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
And I listened to oh my goodness, they went 7 hours, and I was just listening to them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But you know, there's no purpose. There was no purpose in that conversation, so I left it alone.
What are you talking? Which one are you talking about?
It don't matter.
You could. Oh, you talking about hardcore?
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
so go ahead.
And you know, there was a couple Brother Bakari's overcoming obstacles that got took off the air. The first one, that was a masterpiece, and whoever, like I say, whatever the reason why they took that off, I don't know, but that needs to be put back on YouTube. I listened to that one. I don't think I got on there. I just listened. I went to Chief Janice. Do you know who that is?
No.
And anyways, Miss Matilda on the chat said that if I wanted to learn more history, to go to her channel, and she was very scary.
She did what?
She was very scary.
Why you say that?
Because she seemed like she was a voodoo lady or something, talking about cooking up spells and stuff.
What do you mean, a voodoo lady?
I think she believes in voodoo, but that's just my opinion of her.
There's nothing wrong with voodoo.
Yeah, I mean, like that's spooky or something. Like I think if you believe in like a white Christian or like a Europeanized Christian, that's like really, really spooky to me, you know. So
because you understand it.
Well, maybe not. But like I say, voodoo's just.
I mean, do you think that like if Jesus died on the cross for like all races, that's spooky?
No, I know he did.
That's not spooky to you, and he rose from the dead. That's not some spooky stuff.
Because he had power. I mean, he had the power to give up himself and raise himself back up.
Right, and not that it has nothing to do with it. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. But like, what is voodoo?
I believe voodoo is calling on the spirits of hell and trying to vex somebody.
Trying to vex somebody. So like, is like calling on Jesus, calling on the spirit?
Calling on Jesus is calling on the one true living God.
I mean, is it a spirit or is it like a person walking around?
He's not in flesh anymore, but yeah, I reckon you could call him a spirit if that's what you label that as, but he is the one true living God that has all power. He's all knowing. He's everything to everything.
So what would make like the voodoo one dark or whatever? Like why would those spirits be dark or whatever?
because they cannot be, the person does not control this, that controls the person.
Say
So
what?
the spirit that you're dealing with, it overtakes you and possesses you. As far as, I mean, you have no control over it. You have no promises in it.
You mean like when you go to church and people be like possessed and shaking around and speaking in tongues like that? That's the kind of
No, I
possession
don't.
mean?
Not with the spirit of God. No.
Okay, I see. And yo, and not again, this has nothing to do with nothing. Like where did like Christianity come from? Like I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I don't know the answer. So I'm just saying say I don't know.
Well, Christianity started in the upper room.
So what?
It started in the upper room. I mean,
In the
Christianity
upper room?
it is a belief that Christ come to this earth and died for our sins, and He's the mediator for us. I mean, we believe that Christ was the sacrifice for our sins.
Okay. What's going on, MG2? MG2 just came in. I only got like a few more questions, so I'm gonna let like you got a few more. I ain't gonna be on too long. It's only been 20 minutes so far. Is that cool, white boy, Matt?
I'm good. I'm good till about 11. Or
Well,
about
it's
30.
like it's 11.
Yeah, about 30 more minutes.
All right, yeah. All right, go ahead, MG2. Because I only have like, well, let me just ask these last few questions. Because I want to know like what you actually learned, and then after their questions, I'm gonna let you say whatever happened about the job thing. So like I'm gonna just sum it up. Listening to everybody's channel, like Bakari, Hardcore, all of that kind of stuff. Like you can take it individually or just as a collective, but like tell me what you learned by listening to all our channels.
Okay, I believe that I'm not going to say names because, like I say, I've done caused too much confusion. But some want opportunities for their people. And by their people, I mean people of their color. I've noticed that the Pan-Africans, they believe in unity and they believe, I don't think that, from listening to Brother Bakari, I don't think that he wants everybody to go back to Africa. He wants there to be a unity there, and like he said, like he's been saying, build bridges. If the community wants to stay in America, the community in Africa, the community in South America, wherever they create their community, is going to help out the communities wherever the help is needed. And that's what he's got, a purpose. And he wants opportunity for his people. Team Black is what I've heard him call it. I've understand that he doesn't care if you're. I said I wasn't going to say names, but he doesn't care if you're Muslim, if you're.
Hey, and hold on, not to cut you off. Please have no filter. Say everything clearly, please,
Yeah,
I don't want you to think that you can't say whatever. You all right, you good. Say whatever you want to say.
I plan on it. He don't care if you're Muslim, if you're a Moor, if you're, I mean, whatever. He, like I said, he don't care. His only option of saying is if you're black. So he's Team Black 100%. He's got a goal in mind, and he's got a passion to go along with that. So if you want to sit there and say, I would put him at the top of the list of the people that I've listened to. Now, I was on the show with you, and Brother Dolph said that, talk to me, and then I went back at him, and then I tried to see his name. Now, I'm looking at my iPhone, and I couldn't read his name, so, I got told if I would enunciate the words or pronounce it out, whatever, that I could read it. But, Brother Bakari's done the same thing to Jabali Munene. How do you say that? How do you say, Jabali Munene, but he didn't get the same response that I did because the gentleman that talked to him said, yeah, it's Jabali Munene. It means strong like a mountain in Swahili. So, and then, they had a conversation about that. Now, if I'd have said that, I'd have got run down the road, thrown under the bus, and called a racist because I was trying to make fun of somebody's name because I'd done it on purpose.
And do you think that's fair for like people to judge like or that we should judge you like equally to us in our circle, or no?
I think you should be able
Like
to
kind of like let you have like a say in like our issues or whatever you think we should or we shouldn't.
that if you don't want, I mean, no,
No,
you
that's
don't
just a
want to.
question. No, it's a
Yeah,
question.
I mean,
No, that's a
that's what I'm
question.
saying. If you let me on here like you've done right now, you have opened the door for me to have an opinion. If you don't want me to have an opinion in your issues, then I shouldn't be put on the panel.
Right. Okay, thank you. All right, MG2.
Yeah, well, another wonderful broadcast there, forecast. I can't thank you enough. Matt, you just really have enlightened me, for lack of a better term. The real thing that really enlightened me is your extensive knowledge, should I say, or your extensive involvement in Black folks discussions and the things like that. And I'm glad, it seems like you're learning quite a bit about who we are and what we talk about and things like that, which is commendable. Everyone should do what's in their best interest. For myself, I take a different stance, of course, because, I'm more concerned about Black folks listening to themselves and talking amongst themselves at this particular time. Maybe one day in about 1,000 years, we could go ahead and open our doors, which hopefully we don't, but it's already happened. But anyways, one of the things that caught me was you were talking about voodoo and how scary it is. And I'm glad you think that way, because it should be scary. Okay, and I would just my personal opinion, and maybe you could retort on that. I think that hopefully you could tell more whites, especially those that want to go to Haiti and whatnot, that voodoo is not. I mean, it's a real thing, and they should not go. They should definitely be frightened of voodoo. Okay, as many of those that are of your ethnicity, I would totally alarm them to stay as far as they can away from African culture. I mean, because it is a different thing. I'm not here to teach or whatnot. I'm just suggesting. But one of the things I wanted to ask you is what part of the country do you reside in?
I live in Beaumont, Texas.
Oh man, I remember going through Shreveport, Beaumont, and Lake Charles. I had a lot of fun time. In that area, do you have a lot of friends that you like of your ethnicity that associate with each other on social media?
I'll be a hypocrite to say, but I mean, I got off Facebook because I don't like all the drama that it causes. But with people that you see every day, and I don't have Facebook. This YouTube channel is probably the only social media that I've been on, but that was because I seen Forecast on another video, and I made a comment, and then he invited me to come on here. So, this is kind of like a first experience of really into social media.
I'm learning a lot from you, Matt. That's what I want to do, is I want to learn as much as I can from you. One of the things that I was kind of curious about, I'm glad that you said that, because I was wondering if your friends if you've noticed that they have similar attitudes toward Black culture or Black conversations as you do. And I'm talking your white friends, do they?
All right. And saying that, I don't have many friends because of the way that I choose to live. I don't like drinking. I don't like being around people that cuss and fuss and fight. I don't like all that. So I separate myself from people that are like that. And you're not going to find many people that live a life of consecration to their beliefs. And I believe in the Bible. I believe that God is the one true living God. I believe he sent his son Jesus to die on a cross for our sins. And like I say, I try to stay away from things that cause too much confusion. And like I say, I know I've been on here and and like I say, I'm trying to back out of it because I see that it's creating tension and so on and so forth. But I don't have very many friends, but the friends that I do have, I've got one that I'm telling you, he's a white man, and if he hears the N word, then somebody's talking about a black person, you're off his list. I mean, he does not take disrespecting people to that point. I mean, and even calling a Mexican, whatever they call each other, I mean, they call them
Hmm.
wetback and so on and so forth. He can't stand people degrading others, and that's the way I look at it too. I've got Mexican friends, I've got black friends, and most people joke around calling other people little names and stuff, and I can't stand it. I don't
Hey,
partake in those conversations.
Right.
yeah, not to cut you off, cause yeah, I already,
Oh,
I,
okay. If possible, forecast. I just
yes,
wanted to
yeah,
get
yeah,
a
yeah.
couple more questions.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, cause I want to let my brother dog get in too. This I want you to stay on too, MG2 though.
Okay.
Is that cool?
One of
Go
Oh,
ahead,
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Okay. One of the things that's very important to me right now is I was curious, since you're in Texas, what were your thoughts or the people's thoughts about what was happening to the Haitian immigrants?
Uh, like I say, I'm more or less a seclude. I mean, I keep to myself, but from what I have heard, they they didn't they didn't take no more thought to it. They have the attitude they need to go back home. They
Yeah.
need
What do you?
to. What do I think? I think that I mean, this is the land of the free, the home of the brave, and if the borders were open, then and they want to come here for the right reason and go through the process that needs to be taken to become to whatever the process is. And yeah, because I don't have that problem. I was born, I'm a citizen. I don't have that issue. I don't want to go nowhere else. What's the reason for them wanting to come here? Because of a better opportunity for a better place to live. Hey, get after it. But like I say,
Oh,
it should have been done right, and the whole horse whip bridle issue, like I say, you had somebody taking a picture at just the right moment, just the right time. They was doing their job. They if they was told to secure the border, don't let nobody cross, they done it the way that they thought needed to be done. And I mean, like I say, I wouldn't want to be put in that position.
wonderful. Thank you again. Thanks a lot, there, brother Forecast. I'll just hang on and listen.
All right, yeah, MG2, yeah, you can stay on because I know he said he's gonna leave soon, but I want my brother Adal to go ahead and say because I gotta let him
Well, no, I don't really. I mean, what did you want me to add to? Because
no, I just like if you had a question or anything you wanted to add.
well, just I mean, I guess regarding the Haitian issue, they actually were coming here for asylum. They were seeking asylum. They were seeking asylum. Regardless of what you think of those people doing their job on horseback in the manner in which they were doing it, it was a bad optic. Bad optic. And it wasn't just one of those agents, Border Patrol agents, engaged in that. There were multiple of them that were carrying out the same thing with those objects that were whips to corral people that were seeking asylum. And as someone that actually is domiciled here in the same state, that has lineage traced back to 1840 something, I personally find that repugnant. But those were not agents doing their job. Those were agents that were being overbearing. Period. There's another way they could have handled that. They could have handled that without the commentary that was overheard, regardless of how opportune it was for the cinematographer at the time to record the image. From my standpoint, it was a poor use of tactics, poor use of the application of tactics to apprehend or detain people. They weren't there to detain people. They were there to mete out punishment because of the actions and what they said and the optic that lended to it. That's my standpoint.
All right, and yeah, let me because I'm gonna ask like him one more question, then I'm gonna let him go or whatever. Well, like two more questions. White boy, one question that I have for you is, like, you said you showed this video to like your supervisor, like, so do you show it to like anybody else? Who else you be showing these videos to?
I only showed it to him.
Okay, I see. And the last thing is like about that monkey thing, right? You don't think that was like you doing that on purpose, or like what's up with that?
No, sir. Like I say, I had that explained to me a couple years ago, and I applied it to myself. I mean, like I say, me trying to do things, move up, climb a ladder, so to speak, and do stuff in my job, and others run me down the road, throw mud at me because I'm trying to better myself and
Yeah,
do
but
a good.
I didn't hear anybody else say like a monkey reference though.
I mean, I used an analogy that I knew that I was familiar with, and like I say,
That's the first one that kind of came to mind, was the monkey one.
when whoever said he should have used crabs in a barrel, mentality, I had to go look that up because I've never heard of that. I've never heard of crabs in a barrel.
That's the only experiment that you ever heard of, the one with the monkeys.
Mhm.
Like,
Of
yeah,
course
like
not.
not the. So you heard one with like the mice and stuff. You heard of that one?
No, I haven't heard of the one with mice. I've heard,
Mhm.
fish and just all kind of deer. If you watch a deer and he does something twice, you
Mhm.
can go there and you can kill him the very next day. And it's just habits and patterns.
But just monkey was kind of the first thing that just popped in your head, you know.
When I was listening to him talk about unity and division and letting other people control you, that's what come to my mind, because that's what it was. It was a controlling experiment. They say it's just like the dogs. When they sat there and they fed them, they rung a bell. When they
But you
fed
said
them,
monkeys though, not dogs though.
I
You ain't.
realize that, but like I say, the dog analogy, when you go and feed them and ring the bell, their mouth starts salivating, whatever, and the saliva glands start working and putting stuff so they can start digesting their food. That would not fit into what Brother Bakari was talking about, and like I said, you can take it how you want it, because that's your free will to do that. I mean,
Yeah, no, I just asked
you took what I said and
hmm
you twisted it into being racist, and you
Who?
said I'd done it on purpose. I mean,
No,
what was
yeah, I said you was trying to be funny. That was with my words. I didn't twist your words. I'm
but you
asking you right
said
now. I just
he
said, what
said
do you thought your first words were? Like, do you think that was just? I just wanted to know if that was the first thought that popped in your head. I
yeah,
ignored what you said when you came on. You know.
yeah, the first time you did, yeah,
Right.
the
Exactly.
first go round, but when after Hard Cold come on and talking about I dissed y'all and stuff like that, it turned into for the next 30 minutes, it turned into
Kind of
how
like a
the
distraction or something like
yeah,
that,
I
right?
mean, but I wasn't trying to distract, and I think it was Brandon. He understood my example, and he didn't let it get under his skin because he's above that. He's above that.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to know if it was the first thought that came to your mind. That was all.
When he was making his topic and his discussion, that analogy, because it was a controlling atmosphere, yes, that's the first analogy that came.
Hold on, the other ones that you said before, they weren't controlled atmospheres. They were just like random stuff, like the deer that wasn't controlled, or.
Well, that was following someone's pattern.
Oh, okay, that was the first one.
Yeah, because that was following someone's pattern. I mean, you can sit there and if you go to driving down the road and you see somebody's pulling out and you look at your clock and it's 6:30 and you drive by the next time and it's 6:30 they're pulling up. I mean, the next day when you pull by at 6:30 and they're not pulling up, you're sitting there going, well, wonder what's going on today. Are they okay? I mean, it's just
okay. Well, yeah, I just wanted to ask you, what was your thoughts when you said that? I mean, it didn't bother me because I know how you're going to speak, and I know that is a distraction, and I don't want people to get it twisted, like what I'm saying, because it's purpose and reasons for like bringing them on,
If you know me so well, Forecast, what's my favorite meal?
I don't know. Who cares? What's your favorite meal? Who said I know you so well? I just said I thought you was being funny.
No, you said I know what you were going to say. I know what you meant. You keep saying that you know me. You're putting me in a category with the white people that you hate.
Well, I know that was kind of slick how you threw the word hate in there, but what I would say is
love less.
Huh?
Love less then.
No. Because you kind of like twisting the point of what I said. Oh yeah, what I said was I think you did it on purpose. So you haven't been picking your words wisely since you've been on here?
I am speaking. You have to choose your words wisely. Apples of gold in pitchers of silver. I mean,
well, so I was right then, because that's what I said. I said he picks his words wisely, and I think he's trying to be funny.
Because if I sit there and just there's a thought process.
I mean, you don't have to explain picking your words wisely, but you do that, right? And
I mean, I'd be foolish not to.
Okay, so that was my point. You pick your words wisely, and I think you were trying to be funny. And that's what I said. I've noticed that you choose your words wisely.
No, this is funny. This is me being funny. Why do black people like?
Well, no, that's not really funny. So,
but still, this is me being funny.
But it's not really funny though.
Why do black people like soup?
It's not really funny, so I'm not really worried about that. The whole point is, we got to the point. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be clear why monkeys was the first thing that popped in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And you answered the question, and you told us everything that you wanted to say. Do Adal or MG2 got any more questions?
Yeah. I was hoping to hear the rest of the joke, but that's okay. One of the things that I'm always good for listening to to learn from people's jokes. But
so they can drown crackers.
Wow. I was just kind of curious. I always love listening and learning. One of the things that just real quick question is I noticed that your avatar says leftist tears. What does that mean?
I seen it on somebody's cup, and instead of it being, it's just all the crying and whining that you hear from these Generation X and Gen Z and the millennials. The whining and crying, hot or cold. Here you go.
Oh, okay. Because I have no idea what a leftist is, so I was just kind of curious what leftist tears were. What would you define other than millennials and whatnot as a leftist?
Somebody that's more of a government, trying to depend more on the government, more government run. Like, if you want to put a party on it, Democrats.
Oh, okay. Real quick, I'm gonna let you go. One of the things is with all the discussions that you've heard and learned from Black, because like I said, it seems like you're very well studied in terms of what Black folks' conversations are, and I'm glad that I had this chance to speak with you and learn from you. What is your ultimate goal? Would you say is it to teach others, whether it's whites or others, what you've learned in the Black community or the discussion, or is it a form of entertainment, or is it a form of education? What is your ultimate goal?
My main goal is to learn how I can better myself and take away that me versus you attitude. For the past 2 weeks, when I'm walking in the store, when I'm walking in the gas station, and I pass people in general. Hey man, how's it going? That takes away the me versus you attitude when you open up a conversation with somebody, and like I say, I normally don't look people just in their eye. I just go about my business. But here for the past 2 weeks, I've been walking up, paying closer attention. And like you say, when you're walking past somebody and there's nothing said, that leaves room for people to say, oh, he's racist, or oh, he don't like me, or they don't like, whatever. But when you sit there and say, hey man, how's it going? What's up? It takes away the me versus you attitude, and maybe it throws a little seed in there that can grow and say, hey, there's a white boy that didn't just walk past me with his nose in there.
Thank you guys again. Brother Forecast, as I always say, man, you were definitely at the top of the list in terms of, these broadcasts, man. I do appreciate you. I love the one that you and Brother Bakari did the other day, by the way.
Thank you.
You guys have a good day. You guys take care.
All right, thank you, MG2. I appreciate you coming on, my brother. Adol, you got anything else to say, Adol, to him, or like a last question or anything like that, real quick, before I let him go? Because we can stay on after this, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just let him go.
No, I'm hanging out. I don't really have much to say, man. I pretty much am of the opinion that I don't go around saying, hey, hi, how you doing? It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I just go along with my life and, just go down the road. And I don't expect anyone to check me for it, because I'm not the one for that.
All right, white boy Matt. So you said tell me about this what you said that you was doing at your company or whatever it is.
We just have employment opportunity, but Brother Bakari has all the information. So
no, I want you to tell me, like, what is the opportunity? I want you, like, kind of like, it's all good, like, or you can't say that because of your company or something.
No, just like I said, okay, the company that I work for, we work on cranes, we work on overhead doors. You need to be mechanically inclined. You need to have a little bit of experience working with electricity. Need to have a good clean background, because they do a background check. You have to have your TWIC card and be able to pass the drug test.
No, but I mean, like, you said that that you showed somebody the show and then they agreed that they need to give jobs. Like, what was that about? You know what I'm saying? That's what
I showed the video to somebody, and I'm not.
Well, I mean, it's not that.
No, I'm not getting into that, because, like I say, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing used against me.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I was just saying, giving you a chance to say it. I wasn't gonna say nothing against it.
Because, like I say, when I talked to Brother Bakari, his intentions were pure, and
right. And you're saying that
to be honest, no, I don't trust you.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, I was just giving you an opportunity to say it. You don't have to if you don't want to. That's cool with me.
Yeah, because I mean, I see that you're on everybody's you're on everybody's pick or whatever, but like I say, I see you as a person, as a snake in the grass.
As a snake to who? So as a snake to you?
All right, I got a question. I have a question. What's the deal with all the animal references, man? Because that I'm coming in the back door on some of this stuff, and I understand that there was some controversy kicked up. And the thing is that's key in a lot of my relationships that I have had throughout time with, let's say, white guys that I knew, was that they knew to not make animal references to people that were probably sensitive to it, like Black people are, especially dealing with primates and applying those as labels or some sort of identity or something like to that extent, because I'm not related to a primate. And that's how a conversation can become intensely personal when you start using animal references. So that's just my standpoint. And if people were to try to refer to me as an animal, the conversation would likely end and it won't be favorable. But that's just me. I yield.
All right. Blue said, ask him what was the lesson someone was trying to teach him when they explained this example to him.
He said, "Talk to him, asking what the lesson was." Well, like I said, when you're talking about the
I think she's talking
monkey.
about, yeah, I think she's talking about the monkey thing.
Okay, when I was working in a job, and I was new on the job. I had a little bit of hands-on training, but no experience whatsoever. And I got out there and I started trying to learn things, learn how the machine works, learn how the production works. I was working in a chicken plant and in Mississippi, and the older guys, they just leaned back. It was maintenance crew, and they didn't, they just let the line run. And the production manager come up to me and said, "Man, I need these numbers to go up." So like I said, "What do I need to do?" And anyway, and so I would try my best to do my job 100%. And the people that was there longer, I was getting, "Hey, Matt's doing this, Matt's doing that." And they didn't like it because it showed their laziness. So they started slinging mud at me and making fun of me. And
Wait, who was doing this? Who was making fun of you?
Older white guys.
Okay, go ahead.
And they sat there, and I mean, the people, my coworkers. And so, like I said, I was trying to show people that my good work ethic that I've been taught all my life, do 100%, all the, the whole 8 hours I was getting paid. So, like I said, I helped production, and me doing this, I was climbing that ladder, and instead of sitting down and, somebody told me that example, and they said, "Don't let them control what you want to do. If you want to climb your ladder and do your best, don't you let others affect what you want to do, your goal that you have in mind."
All right, Matt, because you're not really even answering the question. I mean, like, you're saying
Well,
a long story, because I'm about to start, like, because
okay,
at first
she
I was
said,
being cool to let you on, but I'm not gonna let you like start doing this talk around the bin thing. So I'm
but
about
she
as
said,
I was being chill this whole time. So she said,
well, that's
"What?"
what she
Mhm.
said, ask him what was the lesson someone was trying to teach him. That's what I just explained to you.
I mean, you was talking a long way and like not really saying anything. Like, yeah, they definitely use examples, but I mean, she's trying to say like what they explain. That's why I'm saying Blue should come on here. You know what I'm saying? She was like, what is the example that you got? White boys, you still there? Well, either way, he probably shouldn't be on here anyway no more.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here. But like you said I was beating around the bush. I answered the question that she asked and the question that you asked. Like I said,
he's trying to say like what did you learn from that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, never mind.
What did I learn? What did I learn from what?
I mean, never mind, because it's already over with. So unless y'all got any more questions, I'll let them speak if y'all want them to. But you know what I'm saying?
I want to know what you meant by your question. What was the lesson I learned from the being on the panel, or what was the lesson I learned from from the analogy that I used, that I said that I learned from. What are you
Well,
talking about?
my questions was about you being on the panel, which is why I told you I brought you on here. You know what I'm saying? You was
Like
telling
I
a long
said, the
story about,
reason.
you know, these people is doing this to you and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just taking a long
Okay.
time to kind of answer. I'm
Well,
saying like kind of get to the point, you know what I'm saying?
all right. Well, like I said, what I've learned from being around everybody is that some want opportunities for their people.
I think he's just
Yeah, he keep going off. So
You got some people that are trained
Matt, you dropped
jumpers.
off for a second,
That
yo.
All right. You got some people that are conspiracy theorists. You got some people that are trained jumpers. They go from panel to panel and just jumping. They don't have a certain track or certain train that they stay on. They're just train jumpers. And like I say, it's hilarious. It's hilarious sitting here listening to y'all argue and let me be a spoon when somebody opens up a can of worms. You're letting me on here just stirring it up. And like I said, I'm a speed bump for y'all is what I am.
Yeah, you're definitely a speed bump, but no, you more importantly, you're a lesson for us, white boy Matthew. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all now. Like people got what I said. This is the only reason why I'm bringing you back on, because you keep coming around our circles. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out what you're learning, what you're getting into. You trying to say I'm trying to be like whatever, but I did everything I said that I was going to do, and I didn't even have to really, because I don't have the same respect for you as I do for everybody else. And I think to me is like you might think it's a diss, it's a diss or whatever, but like you're supposed to probably feel like I'm a snake, but you shouldn't feel like I'm a snake because I'm not on your team to be a snake to you. You know what I'm saying? So I was giving you that opportunity to say what you want to say, and I would have said, after you did that, to bring back on the people who you hired so they could give us a testimonial about how they were doing. But I'm not that pressed about having you on. It's just the fact that you keep, because you just mentioned the fact that some people go from panel to panel and doing this, which is what you did, went from panel to panel doing this and that, and it's causing confusion every time you come in here, which is why I wanted this to be the final time. And I wouldn't even been saying all of this had you not said what you said, you know what I'm saying? But that's why this is the final time to get, so everybody see that he is really watching y'all, listening to what y'all saying, and the stuff that he's doing is straight on purpose or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he consciously knew of other examples. He paid attention. He says he picks his words wisely, which is all I said. Everything he accused me of, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not a bad thing to me. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, So I'm not even really tripping. I'm glad you came on here to say what you've been learning from everybody, you know what I'm saying? Which was the whole point of you coming on here, to dead all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But when you come on, people take what you say differently, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't control. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I think it needs to be nipped in the bud. I think it should. Go ahead.
And they take me differently because of the prejudice in their heart.
Well, I wouldn't even say black people are prejudiced, because to be prejudiced means to prejudge. We're not prejudging anything. We're going by the circumstances that we're living in, you know what I'm saying, based off of what your ancestors have done and are guilty of, which you admitted, you know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean anything to you,
but
you know what I'm saying? I understand that,
I didn't do it. I didn't do that. So you're prejudging me as a person.
No, I know that you benefit from it. Do you love America, right?
I'll stand up every time.
Right, exactly. And did America commit all of these crimes? The corporation of America, did they commit all of these crimes?
The United States of America does not.
The corporation of America.
Crimes. You
they
call
don't?
it what you want. Like I said, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Conspiracy theorist. Kidnapping is not a crime?
It wasn't at the time, but now it is.
No, kidnapping has always been illegal. What are you talking about?
I mean, what are you talking about?
Kidnapping has always been illegal, dude. What are you talking about? And you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's not our fault that your ancestors have done these things. Are you benefiting from America right now?
And it's not my fault.
Are you benefiting from America from right now? Are you benefiting?
Because of my hard work, yes.
But you are benefiting from America, regardless of whatever reason.
Well, so are you.
I am.
You're on this this channel saying what you want to, and that's probably one
Oh
of the
no,
benefits of being an American.
but do you know that in America they take down the channel, which is a good read. I'm glad you said that because Blue and I, we working on our own website so they can stop taking down our videos. So I could put that,
And
and
what do
I'm glad
you?
you said no, they putting our videos up. So the black one list at gmail.com because you know they do definitely ban our channels, and thank you for saying that because they definitely do that, and that's why we have to start building our own channels to destroy their channels. You know what I'm saying? To create our own. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, any final words with White Boy Matthew? Because you know,
Yeah, like I say, all that saying that they're taking down your channels or whatever. The only reason why they take anything down is because you've disobeyed a rule. Like if you put somebody's song on there and there's copyright infringement, I mean, they're not sitting there watching you. You are not
wait a
important
minute,
enough.
hold on,
I am
because
not
you
important enough.
Nah.
wait, hold on. Do you agree with them taking down Bakari last video? Because you didn't say that
Now,
earlier. Because
like I
that's what
say,
happened. Because that's what happened now.
that's what
Like,
happened. That's what happened because of them songs that he had on there, and he didn't give away the
well, I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was not the songs. I'm not gonna say what it was, but it wasn't the
wasn't
songs.
copyright infringement. It was the content. It's
Right.
perceived content, the perception of it. That's the difference.
But
yeah,
so
it was
is
not the music.
so
but,
is the other one he done. I mean,
What?
but like I say, I mean,
But I'm saying, do
you
you
sit
think
there,
that? But wait, do you think that should have been
Bakari?
taken? Wait, let me ask you. Do you think that video should have been taken down?
No,
Right. So you are okay with some of it, but not the others, or
no.
I mean,
If you're sitting
anyways. But
there,
go ahead, finish your
if
last point. So go ahead.
it ain't gonna matter.
I mean,
I
do you
mean,
want to
like
or
I
not?
say, I said that you're not important enough, and I'm not important enough either for them to even worry about me or you. Because, like I say, how many subscribers do you have? And I've got 7. I got 7 subscribers, and probably it's only
Matthew, you want to
7
know
that
how
was.
important? Want to know how important we are? You haven't had any videos until you start coming on here. We influenced you to change
Exactly.
your life, so we
There you
definitely have
go.
some kind of influence, do we not? You said I haven't been
Right.
following anybody until I started following y'all, so we have
But
something,
that's what I'm
right?
saying. Me or you are not important enough to YouTube or important enough to America as a whole to sit there and they got us on the top watch list of whoever. It's just, I mean, that's crazy to think yourself that high.
Right. So who do you think is on that watch list, Matthew?
I don't think anybody's on the watch list.
You don't think there is a watch list or nothing?
No, there ain't no watch list unless you're a pedophile or a drug dealer.
Or a black identity extremist?
Bingo.
Yeah, I mean, I get my mail letter every week, so
You get your what?
I get my letter in the mail every week of who to watch. Yeah.
No, you're
Like I say,
you're a poor. No, that's the thing that you don't even realize. You're one of the poor whites who America uses and like abuses, and you stand up for America, defending this stuff that rapes even you. But you're like, they convinced the poorest white person they're better than the best black person. They convinced them with that lie, and they're able to get every dollar out of you. You should be mad about the taxes that you're paying, but you're not. You're ready to be right here fighting for it. But we definitely have no reason. You want to talk about reparations? That's one thing about reparations. We shouldn't be paying tax money to this. We should be having our own stuff like that. But that ain't got nothing to do with you. So anyway, you kind of like the more stuff you say, White Boy Matthew. I know you try to pick your words wisely, but I mean, it comes out of you. You can't help it. Your mom and dad were racist, right? You were kind of raised to be racist, right?
My dad was killed when I was 9 years old. So, I don't know what my dad was.
Well, you told me last time you were raised to be racist. That's what so you were lying?
No, I told you that I was raised in the environment that I seen as a fact to be.
Well, I asked you, were your parents racist? They raised you to be racist. You said yes, but I've changed. That's what you said last time.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you just said you didn't say that just now. But I mean, so you were basically, we were raised to be racist, right?
I would say, yeah.
All right, you know, so, and you benefit from this system from America, right?
Of course I do.
And America was founded like during racism time. I'm not saying now, but when it was founded, it was racism, right?
Yeah, it is racist.
Okay, so you benefit, so you're benefiting from a thing that you just said you don't.
Yeah, I'm very beneficial of it. That's my benefit right there,
What is that?
being an
Car?
American. Yeah,
What?
that's my daddy's car wreck.
Okay, I mean,
He was.
why?
I
I
mean,
mean, I lost my. Hold on.
if I wanted to be racist, here would be my reason.
Oh, well,
He was a drunk.
I lost my violin over here. I can't find it right now, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
But
like I say. But if I wanted a reason, here it is, right here. My dad was killed by a drunk black man that only served 3 years. I mean, is that justice?
I mean, he served time at all. I mean, do you know what my reason is? Because they've stolen my identity, my language, my culture, my everything. Why? Because they have a prison system that incarcerates black males mostly for the same drugs that they had a war on drugs. But, you know, they have built mess houses now that is in your community. That's why it ain't got nothing to do with you personally, Matthew, because I don't care about you. That's the part that you're not getting, because white people have this arrogance that they think that their opinion matters, that their story matters. That's why I keep cutting you off when you're talking about your granddaddy and your mama and all of this stuff, because it doesn't matter to me about you personally. What we be talking about is a system, and why I brought you on here today was for a specific reason. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you try to do certain things, but you can't really do that when somebody has a certain level of knowledge, which by the way, which why we were actually kept from reading longer than we have been able to go to public schools. So yeah, it's a reason why systematically is different from your father getting into a car accident that the person still went to jail for, because there are people right now that you don't even know who Trayvon Martin is, and somebody can kill them with a gun after stalking them and not go to jail, period. So yeah, I definitely say that. But anyway, white boy Matt, I know you ain't got nothing else to say, so you know, that was it. I appreciate you for coming through. I tried to give you a chance to say whatever you wanted to say, but you know, it is what it is. All right, that's it, Mike. You got something to say?
No, I'm good. I ain't got nothing to say because, like I say, I'll be throwing my pearls before the swine. There's another animal analogy for you.
Yeah, that seemed to be the only thing you know.
So we're being snide now. Is that it? We're playing the snide game. Is that it?
I'm gonna let him go. Because I do appreciate him coming through though. I'm not gonna lie, because I wanted to know the information and he didn't have to come through. And you know, I was trying to be cool, and I wasn't trying to be funny about this job thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I really wanted to let other people you know, the people if it was true, you know what I'm saying, have a follow-up on that. That's what I was trying to get at, but he don't even know that, you know what I'm saying? And we're not going to talk about all of that, like the leader, his granddaddy was killed by a white man. So do we got a reason? But that's the problem. They think you talk about them individually, but that's the mind of a psychotic person, or at least somebody who was brought up in a psychotic background, psychotic situation. You know what I'm saying? Brother, dog, you can go ahead and say something. And by the way, if anybody want to come on or call in, the number right there on the screen. And if you want to come in on real quick to say something, you can come on and say something.
Yeah, I'm not going to be long-winded at all, man. It's funny, ironic to me that he's bringing up the First Amendment. And I was curious to know that if he knew what the First Amendment was besides how it reads. And I was curious to know if he even could comprehend it. But it's neither here nor there. I don't really deal that well in such spaces, man. And I want to commend you for at least providing the platform for them to show up and present their point of view, even though I wasn't able to really see any or see any articulation in what he was saying. And I don't, I had to really keep myself measured as far as tone of voice, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. You know, I could pretty much talk to a lot of different people. I have talked to a lot of different people throughout my course of time in life. And certainly, you know, there's no fear associated with anything in interacting with such people. I just choose not to. You know, whether his motives were nefarious in him coming on here and trying to gain some intel, or just playing stupid or playing dumb, I don't know. It's not for me to judge. And this is obviously, you know, it's not my platform. You know, but I commend you for, you know, affording them the opportunity to have the floor and actually making some points that were really invalid to me. You know, however, it shows, I think, the mindset or the potential mindset of people that are out here in the general public, what they may even think of you. And, you know, I've even, you know, raising my son, I'm having these conversations with him about, you know, the presence of such people and the way they actually do think about you. You may be standing in line at a convenience store and they may just give you a goofy smile and a head nod, but they don't really even care that you even exist. And those are the type of people that I actually look through. I don't look to, I don't look at, I look through them, because they don't matter to me. Because in my mind and in my space, they don't exist. Yeah, sure, I might even give a goofy head nod back. I might even say a couple words. But by and large, I don't care about you. I don't care about your experience. I just don't care to share space with you. The space that I care about sharing is among those that are like-minded people that are going to work to build us back up from where we are, which is far below where we should really be, looking at it from a divine standpoint, because we deserve it as people, as human beings. And individuals such as the guest that was on here don't deserve to share that space with me, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I'll play the game. It's their game. He doesn't quite understand that. Or he acts like and feigns that he doesn't understand that. So, to each his own. And, you know, if you were to pop up on any of the platforms that I actually operate, kind of like on occasion, I probably wouldn't have 2 words to say to him, because I don't want to waste the time or the energy or the mind space. But that's just me.
All right, yeah, definitely. I feel what you're saying. And you know, the point was, you know, the first time bringing them on, it was a point to it, you know what I'm saying? Just so we can see what we talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, so people can see, first of all, it kind of, to me, in my opinion, it proved the point, like how our people can be way more disrespectful to each other than we are to somebody who feels like that, who says what they say, you know what I'm saying? But we are welcoming. Now, I didn't realize that afterwards, you know what I'm saying, it was going to start being in the circles. And at the beginning, I wanted people to hear that he's actually listening to y'all. And I personally wanted to find out, what is he listening to us say? And one thing he did not answer that I wanted to find out was what else he's listening to. You know what I'm saying? What other people. Now, he said he only listening to us, but I wanted to find out other things that he was also listening to, because I listen to all of that kind of stuff. I pay attention to everything that they do. They paying attention to us. And like, even if he ain't commenting, you know what I'm saying, he listening. Like, he listening right now to what we say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so, you know, like at the beginning was my whole purpose. At the end, I was talking about the job thing because supposedly he said he had opportunities. I was trying to get him to explain it, you know what I'm saying, as far as the job. And I was even giving him that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what you're saying, Rob, because it created a whole thing. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing started, you know what I'm saying, because I did that, was not the point of it. But I wanted to show people how we got to get out of a certain mindset. And again, I'm not the one that be liking the drama stuff and all of that stuff. People go to that. So I use it as an opportunity to teach, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it's all good, Seymour. Yeah, and yeah, Rod, I understand what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Because it did definitely cause a division. But like now that if people gonna argue about it, I feel like they gotta be nipped in the bud. And I want to see how much he's listening to, who
True.
he's showing it to, what he's doing with the information. But he's not gonna really give me all of that information. But I can at least try to ask, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do have to actually have these discussions, right? I mean, I do agree that we do actually have to have these discussions, even though I don't agree with amalgamation or whatever, but we do have to have these discussions. And if you want to come forth to a group of like-minded people that are Black, Asiatic, melanated, whatever the case may be, you need to expect that there's a certain decorum and a way that you come into this space. And I'm not saying that he was an agent or anything. I'm not even paranoid about it. But if you come to a group of Black folk, let's just say, and they're in a corner shooting some dice, you ain't gonna be walking up all Barney Fife like, hey, saying, "Hey guys, what you doing?" You know what I'm saying? It's just you need to really temper yourself to the environment. And you need to understand that you may get checked. And I'm not questioning at all your motive behind having them on here. I'm actually learning from it, to be honest with you. And I'm actually glad that things turned out the way they did as far as the conversation and letting them have that space. But so I commend you. I'm not at all criticizing the decision to even put them on here. That's not my space. This is your show, bro. So but yeah, you're better than me for it, because I don't really have the tolerance to be dealing with people like that. I just don't. I mean, I've been in certain scenarios and situations where I have, and I've had to deal with them. But if I don't, I choose not to, because I don't really have a good tolerance level, beyond just, talking backwards and babbling, in response, I end up wanting to move furniture around and stuff in the presence of certain people that behave in a certain way that I object to, and don't seem to get it. So, that's all I'm saying, man. And man, I learned something tonight, just hearing him say what he was saying. So it's all good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I know he tried to cause division, and like that's why I wanted to also show like if you do bring somebody on, let it be a specific topic. It ain't got to be about a different person. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I troll their channels all the time. I've been doing that for years, but I study them and how they move. That's how I know what they be doing. Because he said, "Oh, if you know me so well," but you know what I'm saying, they try to trip you up, but you got to pay attention to what they say, you know what I'm saying? Because just like he tried to throw that hate thing up in there, you know what I'm saying? They do little slick stuff to try to trip you up. But I've been studying this stuff for so long, I understand the points where, you know what I'm saying, they try to trip you up at. And that's why I try to stay on topic. Now, this time I tried to be like not as like I was the first time. I tried to be that guy, you know what I'm saying? And, he's saying some, but, he apparently what he said was he had showed his manager and he agreed, you know what I'm saying? And that
Oh, somebody's saying that. I'm sorry. Somebody said in the comments that the likes are being removed, but
oh yeah, YouTube does that, you know what I'm saying? They be but it's all good. I take that as a compliment,
Yeah.
But I was he said that his manager felt that we maybe should hire Black people, and that's all I was trying to get him to say.
Wow. Yeah.
And I guess he felt like, oh, you're trying to do something. No, but the only thing I was gonna say is like, if that is true, then have the person come back on. But I personally don't need the person on, and I don't, you know what I'm saying, not to take no jobs away from nobody if that's true, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it is what it is, He can feel how he want to feel. He's supposed to feel like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna be sitting here calling him sir and you know what I'm saying, letting him do and say everything he want to say. And the questions that I asked him, it was straight legit questions, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that I really wanted to know about how they think. And I think people should learn how they think,
Genuine questions, right. And his take on the matter down at the border, man, just absolutely absurd, but it didn't surprise me. And being someone familiar with particular tactics on how to detain people, that was not the way to go about it. And I knew that he was going to have that position. Oh, they were just doing their job.
Yeah, but that shows he talks out of two sides of his mouth, which is why I don't suggest anybody debating them unless you're using them for a teaching experience.
There you go. Teaching moment. Exactly.
Right. And not for anybody else, but because our children is watching. We got to get out this illusion of inclusion and letting these people into our spaces. Now, anybody could do what they want, and don't take it personal. Anybody could do anything they want, but I mean, I don't think that is wise for us to let him have issues on topics that we have, because we already got too much division amongst ourselves to let somebody else to come on and we argue about him for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we're behind the curve, man. We needed to have our own have exclusivity, man, and developing these discussions and having these discussions. I see someone saying 6 show guys, much appreciated.
Yeah, my brother Slang Nocturnal. Shouts out to my brother. Say Seymour. Yeah, that's my brother right there.
Well, yeah, man, we need to have these conversations, man, in and among ourselves. It's already bad enough. I don't mean to sound negative. It's already bad enough that we have, separate ideologies within the space of different groups that we may be even down with. But as Brother Bakari said, I don't care what set you claim, we all people. We are all people, and we need to get to the level of being a people. We're the people that are deserving of being in a divine position and to be entitled to human rights that are being deprived of us. They see us coming. They've set up this system against us, pursuant to skin color, right? And they've kept us here. And we need to break from that. And I'm not advocating anything outrageous, but yeah, we just do need to have these conversations in and among ourselves, for ourselves, by ourselves. And that's what needs to happen. We need to keep happening, keep these conversations going. So anytime that, I see the notification that you're coming on, or anybody in the crew, I like to say, I want to come through, and add my 2 cents, or just chill in the cut, and see what's going to be said. Maybe I could bounce something off of y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not going to be on here too much longer. If anybody want to call in, the number 804-601-4015, or you can come on the link in the chat. But yeah, this is the last time I'm going to address this, just because it caused so much issues. You know what I'm saying? Next week is a new week. You know what I'm saying? We're moving forward after that. But I'm not gonna lie, I think it was a good idea at first to bring him on at first, you know what I'm saying, just to show. And people think the white man's ice is colder, and it proved the point that I was making, but it didn't quite have the effect that I thought it was, and I thought maybe it was a mistake. So I'm like, let me at least bring him on here to clear it up or whatever. And
good.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. And I don't want to because that'll probably be the last time I, bring him on there. And like I said, if he has jobs or whatever, if he really means it, me saying what I say is not going to affect that, but if what I say affects that, then it wasn't real to begin with, so
sure.
It is what it is, yeah, you cannot get good from them, I see,
comments, yeah, I see it on the screen too.
Yeah, I see, you can't, there is no good, well, I think it is lessons, and I do think you should study your enemy, because they always in here, whether they talking or not, and there's people in here now listening, because the true numbers is not really showing the true numbers. It's really more people watching and listening than we really think,
And it's not out of being paranoid either, man. It's just being prepared, man, and knowing how it is, because that's what, again, I'm going to say from my experience, raising my son. I'm like, man, they watching you, bro. They're watching you.
Hey, what's up, Blue?
Blue in the house.
Hey y'all.
Hey, my bad, Blue. I messed up what you were saying. What you guys said?
I said, hey, how y'all doing?
All right.
That's what's up. How you doing, dog?
Doing well. Thanks for asking.
That's good. And I'm just multitasking, but I didn't catch what he had answered. You said he had answered it, but I didn't hear him. He said the analogy about the monkeys. Not that it offended me personally, you know what I mean? But you speaking about we talking about our people, and we already know what history, will refer to and things like that. So of course we got to acknowledge that. But I listened to it. It was a good. I feel like example. But remember, he said it was taught to him, and I wanted to know in what instance was it being taught to him? Like, what was the goal someone was trying to teach him when they gave him this particular example? So you said he answered that.
Well, he went on a wrong or like a long rant about like how old white dudes was treating him at a job or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he was like not really getting to like you know what I'm saying, what you were saying. But he was like taking like a long story about like what happened to him and all of this other stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, it was just really.
That's why I was saying get to the point, you know what I'm saying? Not a
Okay.
long story about then this person said this and then he walked outside the door and then he gave like a long narrative story about what was going on when it was just like
Yeah,
a simple answer, you know.
yeah. It
Especially
really.
if we ain't got that much time to be on the show, you know what I'm saying?
He was just babbling.
Okay.
He was just babbling, taking a
Right,
long
that's
minute.
what it sounded like. So that's why I'm like, no, he didn't answer it. Ask him again.
Answer the damn question.
But what I really wanted to point out, I listened to the video. I told you when y'all was on there with him, and when he gave that example, and how the first dude that responded, yeah, he was saying, okay, that's disrespectful, da 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 da, and everyone else after that acted like they didn't understand him, and they was just completely against him, and it's like, okay, we do get that first guy, even though, we are adults and we can move forward with the conversation to try to get the real understanding of what he was saying, which was minus the monkeys and bananas, a good analogy. Um, but then how that, after he said what he said, the two after that was just completely against him. They just dismissed him, made him like he was stupid. You can't listen to him. And it's like, okay, we all don't know everything, and we all are still growing. There's been times where you may have had a stupid moment, brain fart, and you got your friend, your sister, brother to point something out to you like, nah, he really meant this. Like, let's try to look. He just needed that grooming, but we went ahead and just completely flipped the script on him. And then everything else that they said was everything that they were doing. They're like, oh, we can't listen to this guy. He's the distractor. He causes confusion. But look how quick you let this one guy come in and say this and then cause y'all to want to split. The other dude even said, I'm going to block him from my channel. Like, that's your brother. He had a moment. You're supposed to let him know what's up and give him that chance to understand. How can, and that's just one of many examples of how we can't come together because of one word being said wrong, and you act like you can understand where he was coming from. You know, you disrespected him in so many ways, and you looked stupid at the end of the day because you allowed a person to come in that was supposed to be, there for his own example, and you just ran with it. And that's what I hated about that conversation, because nobody else stepped in to be that mediator. Dude after that came on and was like, yeah, agreeing right with that guy, Brandon. And it's like, so now we're gonna jump on the bandwagon, like, yeah, we just so wishy-washy, we don't know our own mental. You couldn't see that, hey, he didn't mean no harm. He's for in his eyes taking up for us, you know. But y'all added y'all to his, which was great, but y'all dismissed him, and that was just wrong. We're a family. Families have arguments and disagreements, and sometimes they don't know no better. That was just a learning point for him. And that's what y'all was supposed to do as brothers, as brotherhood, not straight disrespect him and dismiss him like that. That's not how it goes. So everybody makes mistakes, that might be a learning point for y'all. The two that just turned y'all back on him like that because he tried to stand up for his people. The shit just didn't make sense to me. So yeah, we gotta stop reacting based off of emotion and take a moment to just think about it for a moment. If we all had the same goals, we might have the different background and ideology about it, but at the end, we agree on a lot of shit that we're trying to do and want to see as a race. And that's what I really wanted to point out. I know I don't even want to go back into talking about that white dude no more anyways. Like it was just meant to be a purpose, and that was it. And I'm glad that we got a chance to do that, because these are conversations that you don't see. These are the type of conversations that we need to see and have access to, because it definitely strikes a fire in me. A fire that's already burning, so I love it. I hear the mic. Oh shit, did I close y'all out?
No, you good, bro. Yeah, and yeah, that's all facts, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole point is to understand who your friends are and who your enemies are, you know what I'm saying? And that was my whole point. And we argue with each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, and after this, you know what I'm saying, I'm done with it, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to finish it off. Plus, I got the new mic, so I'm kind of hyped to do a show anyway. But I wanted to figure out the information. Thanks, my brother. I wanted to figure out what he was listening to, why he was coming around our channels, you know what I'm saying, what he's listening to. Not that he can or he can't. I mean, I can't make him not listen, and I can't make nobody not bring him on either, you know. But I wanted to figure out what he was doing, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, you know, like I said, this is the last time, and I probably shouldn't have did it in the first place. But I'm glad people are getting something out of it, so I guess maybe it was a good reason. But you know, like we said on the last show, you know what I'm saying? We got to start figuring out a way, like something that we agree on with each other, right? And then realizing who our enemies are, because we are all we got. Like he can say all of that Christian stuff, all of that love stuff, all of that work together stuff. But when the dog said, "What do you think about the Haitians in the board?" Well, you know, when we say, "Well, what do you think about teaching this at school?" Well, you know, I don't think we, you know, or we ask them about what about this country. Oh, well, I love America. We got to find a way. You know what I'm saying? It's all good and dandy until it's time to actually stand by what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Hold up, but that's what they still doing though. Like
right,
he's only playing his part. He's coming
right.
to a community and doing his part, like the businesses that's out here, like every white person is still trying to make you think that, hey, there's no more racism. When you online, you looking at all these social medias, besides us doing our reports about what's going on, everybody's supposed to be happy. Everybody's in pictures with different people and all this and that. But when I walk out in the streets, it's not like that. I don't see everybody happy. Everybody ain't smiling. Everybody angry, trying to cut you off the road. Ain't nobody like it's all a facade. The companies that were so quick to put up all the Black Lives Matter, Black this, Black that, they just want to keep your business. That's it. When these companies have been in business for all these years, 50 plus years, stay away from that fucking company. Because who own it? Who you think own it? All of these big corporations. And then the next big thing that's popping right now is the marijuana industry. Like when you go to these marijuana stores and you're supporting them and you see, everything decked out, this, that, and the third, and it's tough to get a marijuana license, okay? So whoever getting it is somebody that has access to capital. So be careful who you go on to support, just because it's exciting because it's something new and they dangling in front of your face. You've been going to your bros, that got the stuff. You know what I mean? Don't run up in there and spending. Now you putting your money. Now they taking that last bit of industry away from us. That's ours. So own it and claim it, and don't get confused about what's going on. Take a step back and try to look at it outside of yourself. This is a constant war that's going on, and we are at the bottom right now. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Like he was only doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, and I wanted people to see what he was supposed to do. Adol.
Yes. What's up?
Oh no, I was saying, yeah, you got something to say?
No, I don't have anything to really add very much to that at all. I mean, it's pretty consistent, with what I believe to have taken place tonight. You know, he was just basically testing the waters and seeing what, I guess, intel that he can gain, I guess, and just trying to, you know, stir the pot for the most part, I think, and just keep people wallowing in confusion, making people feel sorry for them. You know, I wasn't buying that, man. But you know, hey, it's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day, new week coming up. So I'm looking forward to that. And done.
Right, yeah, and you know, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just say this, you know, because like I said on the last show, you know, I wanted, you know, the two brothers, if they feel comfortable coming on here or whatever platform they come on, to come and just talk about their issues. And I say on public platforms because, you know, children is watching this stuff. You know what I'm saying? People tell me all the time, I let my children watch this and that, and they watch it on their own and all of that stuff. And we can see all of the videos of black people arguing with each other, all of the videos of people talking down on black people, but we don't see the other way around, you know what I'm saying? And we definitely don't see videos of us trying to have conflict resolution. So even if you don't agree with something, you know what I'm saying? Like, our children need to start seeing more examples of us at least talking about our issues, you know what I'm saying? Saying, this is my issue, and then the other person saying, I understand where you're coming from, this is where I'm coming from. Our children need to see that kind of stuff, and I understand that not everybody's going to agree with everybody else, and that's not my point, because there are always going to be fights and disagreements amongst people, you know what I'm saying? But the point is to understand who your enemy is and show you how they really feel about you, because we don't take the time to go look at what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to bring it back here. So I know a lot of us pay attention and all of that stuff, but those who watch may not do that. I look on the comment sections of all of these terrible videos where the police shooting, and all you see is the black person deserved it. If they would have listened, if they would have complied, oh, it was just another dead N-word off the street. You know what I'm saying? This is the whole comment section, and you barely see any black people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the society we live in, and we got to be real. We're surrounded by Matthews and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Blue, if you come back, I was gonna let you close and say whatever you want, but I understand if you're busy or whatever. Adal, you got any closing stuff to say, and then you know where you could find your stuff at? You could put it in the chat too.
Yeah, I'll just put it in the chat. I don't want to tie up too much time. I want to see if Blue comes back.
Yeah, she back on.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, as soon as I like come off the screen, it just close out. I was gonna piggyback off what you had just said. Damn, he was like, we have no conflict resolution. I know we're gonna talk about the celebrity distractions another time, but you don't want, you know, everybody around you that has the same exact you know, ideas. You know what I mean? Like, you want people around you that got different ideas. Like, that's a good thing, because then you guys have a bigger picture. Like, you can make better decisions. You can make smarter and have smarter strategies when you have different outlooks and different ideas. So don't let the different ideas be the thing that break you, because, you know, then you don't want to grow, you know? So it's great when you have those different mindsets. Like, you got to appreciate those things. It's in any type of relationship. You know, because I know that's a lot of, not even just in our race, just period. You know, when people disagree on something, it creates a barrier when it really shouldn't. I've always been, from young, you know, I never pushed someone away because they had a different outlook or a different point of view. I welcomed it, because that's how I continue to grow, you know? I guarantee you, you know, it may even click something else in your head on something else. You know what I mean? So never shun away things. You're always gonna be you and have your own mind. But just because somebody has a different outlook, don't mean that they're wrong or right. It's only gonna help you grow, because nobody is completely, you know, right or wrong, unless it's something that we're looking at with facts. So I do want to point that out, because that's very important. And that's key, because we constantly have these issues and we constantly keep falling and having barriers because we disagree on some of the smallest things. Don't let that be the thing to stop growth.
Or definitely, Blue, definitely. Yeah, Doll, you can go ahead and close out and promote your channels and stuff.
Yeah, the link tree is down below. I didn't want to be too verbose, but the link tree is down below for all of my stuff that I'm working on. So it's just one central location to reach me. If you want to reach me, I'm trying to work on building content as we go, 2 times a week, doing live streams, broadcasting and stuff. But it hasn't quite worked out yet. But I'm a work in progress, so it's all good. One thing that comes to mind, one word that comes to mind in involving us is accountability. And that's one thing we need to do individually and among ourselves as a whole, is being prepared to be accountable for ourselves and the way that we behave around each other and broadly in society. So I'll just leave with that one word, accountability. All right, peace, y'all. I'm out.
All right, thank you, Adol. Blue.
I mean, I don't really have much else to say besides, I think I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, please.
Yeah, plus whatever you think we should promote.
Well, we definitely need everyone that listens to share. Like the goal is to get, as much people together as possible, so that way whatever it is we're working on and trying to do would be as easy as possible, because times are tough and tight for everyone right now. So I just know the more people, the better, the easier. So don't just listen, take the time to share. Like, this is you working outside of your normal 9 to 5. This is you working on, whatever, all your family, helping all of your family and their future, kids and all that to come. Like, that's what this is about. This is about that that change that we need as for our people. So you have to take the time out to volunteer yourself while you're here. Like, that's what it's going to take, all of us. Like, everybody is important and everybody is needed. We are all special. And set aside the differences, the jealousy, um, the phony. Like, just drop all of that. Like, if you don't know something, then it's okay. We are all growing. Nobody is at their pinnacle right now. I'm even once I reach there, I'm not, because I want to see everybody happy. I'm not there until I see more smiles or on my people face. Fuck everything else. So, like, please share, and talk about it. Start having those conversations with the people you already interact with. Have better, more productive conversations. Stop with all the negativity, because what you do on a day-to-day, it affects everything, that you're going to be working on and doing in the future. Get yourself together and push yourself to your max. Push yourself to your limits. And I wish the best for everyone. I guess we're closing out. Everybody have a good night.
All right, yeah, thank you, Blue. I appreciate it. And yeah, I appreciate all of y'all for listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with all of this stuff, I'm not gonna lie, this week has been like and not just on here, but it's been like a week of like conflict, you know what I'm saying? But we got to start getting past that point of like where we keep getting hung up at. And we don't need no savior. We don't need to be having anybody else's opinions into this. But when you bring them into your spaces, learn from them, make it an opportunity to ask them the questions that they're listening to hear the answers from you. You know what I'm saying? Find out about what they're doing, how they're moving, because I show you all the time. They're not lying when they say, oh, we're arming up and we're going to storm the Capitol. They were saying that months in advance and they did it. That's the difference. Like, we always say no justice, no peace, but we're the most peaceful and get the least justice. They have one thing go against them, like a law that say don't kill black people or something, and they will storm the Capitol. They have no problem doing that. And I want you to see their mindset, see how they learn. And understand, I'm not telling you nothing no different than George Washington told America, because self-defense is what America does. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna take anything from this country, then it gotta be that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, my brother Adal, definitely. And I appreciate all of y'all for listening. And like I said, I dropped it, you know what I'm saying? Unless the brothers want to have have a conversation, but I think it should be over now, you know what I'm saying? And I know I probably was but I did feel some kind of way about, I brought this white boy into the circle, and then now people arguing about him, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that he should be given a say on nobody's platform that's not when we discussing our issues. Now, I can't control nobody, but we're sitting here talking about Black unity, or you know what I'm saying, what we're talking about, unifying whatever particular group you're in. Like, I think it should be a reason when you bring these people on, you know what I'm saying, and have a method for it. But like I said, I can't control nobody, but I did feel some type of way that people was arguing about something I did. So, but I'm still going to start the new series that I'm coming up. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. A lot more people is going to be mad. I'm not the one that like the drama. I do this on my own time. But I see the videos people click on, the videos that people are arguing. So what are y'all really trying to see? You trying to see people down other black people? You trying to see arguments, or you trying to see us get somewhere? Because at the end of the day, we are all we got. But thank you, Blue. Thank you, my brother Adal.
Yeah, that's what's up. And let them know what definitely hit up the Gmail account. It's the THE be like boy 1 the number 1 LIST @gmail.com. It's Cass, the forecast birthday coming up on the 6th, right? October 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, October 6th. So haven't had any meetings with anyone, a couple emails, but it's like we are promoting a birthday gifting where we all support each other on each other's birthday. So I'm just putting it out there now. If there's anybody that's interested to partake, here's one that's coming up. And like I said, that's on the 6th, $5, whatever you can afford.
Yeah, thank you, Blue. You want to say your job, or?
Of course. I mean, I'm definitely happy to help anyone that's looking to work from home. So you definitely need a computer and internet, or you can use your local library. You are legally able to walk in there and let them know, like, hey, I need to use this computer, or which computer can I use? These are the times that I'll need this station for working purpose. If you don't have the setup at home. And you can reach out to me at 804-250-1049. Let me know your name and that you're interested in working from home. And I will respond to you and see what we can do to get you a job.
All right, yeah, definitely. Yeah, just respond with your name and let her know, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all for listening again. I'm off of it now, you know what I'm saying? I let it go, and hopefully we could get back into what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? But as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.